You're listening to a production of SportsLink Digital Radio.
It's been a total of 9,488 days since these teams last met, but the wait is now over. Two classic Midwestern colleges that bleed Cardinal and White alike match up in beautiful Madison, Wisconsin on a cold November's night. Welcome live to the Ball State SportsLink pregame show presented by Victory Honda of Muncie. Sam Klug alongside Roen and Elbert for tonight's matchup where both teams try to move to 3-0. Roen, unprecedented start for the Cardinals, and the Badgers doing what they do best. What are we looking for in tonight's matchup?
What you're going to look for is this. Wisconsin is a team that you can't overlook Ball State, especially in the second half. The Cardinals could start sluggish. We've seen that in the past. But in the second half, at least in the first two games, they've shown that the second half is their time. This isn't your typical MAC opponent. This isn't your typical mid-major. Wisconsin, I wouldn't even call this a trap game. What this is an opportunity, a proving ground for a lot of your younger talent, but also for your mainstays, your big names in the starting five to really just show that they can compete at a higher level.
The Badgers coming off another game against a MAC opponent in NIU, and the Cardinals, they have faced off against 8 times before. The Badgers have 6 wins, all coming here in Madison, so the Cardinals are trying to get their first win ever in the capital of America's dairy land. Some of that matchup doesn't really matter as much as this is the first time they've ever matched up in the 21st century.
Yeah, 227,000 hours ago. I can't do the math. I don't know about you. 1999 was the last time these two teams met. So it's interesting to think about it in that way. A lot of these players, they weren't even born. Most of them, if not all of them, were not born the last time the Cardinals took on the Badgers. That's why a lot of that history, it's cool to think about, but you put it in the past and you make some new history tonight, and both teams are gearing up for that.
Some people that were born were the head coaches. We're going to start with Greg Gard, who enters his 25th season overall at UW-Madison, but his 11th season under center as the head coach. Really one of the more historic and notable names in the Big Ten coaching sphere.
It's crazy to me. We're in year 11 of the Greg Gard regime at Wisconsin, and he's already made such a big name for himself, not only in the Big Ten, but the college basketball world as a legend. I'll even say it like that. Learning under Bo Ryan, who's one of the greatest coaches in Big Ten history, going all the way back to 1993 at UW-Platteville, UW-Milwaukee after that, then Wisconsin in the early 2000s, joining Bo Ryan as an assistant, waited his turn until Ryan retired midway through the 2015-2016 season. Greg Gard, he hasn't looked back. You're looking at 10 seasons in the past. 8 of the 10 seasons has made the NCAA tournament. That's unprecedented success for any coach, especially in the Big Ten where there are so many great programs. To consistently be towards the top, to be towards the cream of the crop is so big for Wisconsin. Greg Gard is a guy who one day his name will be up in the rafters.
That is right. He stayed committed to the UW program, a 214-117 record overall. It's a 64% win percentage. And now we flip to the guy who's an Indiana native, played under another Big Ten head coach in Bob Knight, one of the more historic ones, in Michael Lewis, who's a name that everybody in Muncie now knows.
Yeah, it's kind of funny we talk about protégés and stuff like that. It's a little bit different for Michael Lewis. He was a player at IU, knows about the Big Ten, kind of a Big Ten reunion of some sorts. The last time the Cardinals played a Big Ten opponent was 2 seasons ago against Minnesota. That was a loss, but Michael Lewis, learning under Bob Knight, on and off of the court, taking a lot of the ideologies of one of the best basketball minds there really is. And it shows. It really shows with the product on the floor, especially this season, where Ball State is a team that has a high motor. They don't quit. Even when times get tough and when there's a lot of adversity, they come through. That's what I've seen in the first 2 games, at least, from Ball State, that this is a team with high energy, high octane offense and defense, and that they have no quit, a lot of grit. You have to respect that.
As the Badgers take the floor here at the Kohl Center, we're going to talk a little bit about what Michael Lewis has done this offseason. He brings in 7 new transfers, 3 true freshmen, with 10 total players new and a different philosophy than seasons past. He brings in a lot of guys, 7 players overall in the transfer portal from 7 different conferences.
I like what he's done on that front, but also finding JUCO talent. We've seen it in the past, and he's continuing this season. The big name he got from JUCO, Davion Hill from Northwest Florida State. I've been super impressed with Davion Hill this season as for the Cardinals. It seems like Michael Lewis has done it again, digging deep, finding a diamond in the rough. That's what it is with recruiting, really, especially at the MAC level. You're not going to get the 4 stars, the 5 stars. You're not going to get that. But what you could get, 3 stars and unders, and also guys that were maybe overlooked by big schools like Wisconsin, like Davion Hill was. You go to the JUCO route, and you see that there's a lot of great talent at the JUCO level. It's really, people underestimate the talent of JUCO. I see it all the time. You'll find great players there, and Ball State has done that once more.
Indeed, they have. Now we go to Wisconsin, a team ranked number 24 in the preseason poll and in the Week 1 AP poll. They bring in 8 new players as well. They bring in 4 true freshmen, but 4 transfers, and they also dip into the international waters a little bit with their new squad.
You see it in years past with Wisconsin where they go the international route with a lot of their recruits. They did it again this year with a freshman big that I've really been impressed with so far, Alexis Bieliauskas from Lithuania. He has been very solid for Wisconsin in his limited minutes played 15 minutes in the last game against NIU, but still had 8 points and 4 rebounds. But I want to dig deeper to some guys that are maybe outside of that international realm. Transfers. Nick Boyd is the big name. You may recognize that name as a guy who was a hero for FAU in their Final Four run in 2022. He was with the Aztecs of San Diego State last year, now a Wisconsin Badger. Another guy I really like, Andrew Rohde in the starting 5 tonight, a Virginia transfer. Did some great things there as a playmaker. I can go on and on. Guys like Braden Carrington from Tulsa. Greg Gard did a great job with the transfer portal.
Indeed he did, and some of those guys are going to need to impact this game in ways we don't know yet. If both teams want to get a W tonight, Roen, I'm going to go to you with who are your impact players tonight, starting with the 24th ranked Badgers.
For Wisconsin, let's go with a guy that I'm going to apologize in advance. We're going to sound like a broken record. We're going to call his name early and often, John Blackwell. For 3 seasons, he's been one of the best scorers in the entire Big Ten. That's continued this season. So in the first game of the season against Campbell, he has 31 points, 1 point shy of a career high. He has 15 points in 24 minutes against NIU. John Blackwell had the opportunity to go to the NBA last season, withdrew from the draft at the last second, and for good reason, because he remembers what's happened the last 2 seasons for Wisconsin, falling in the Big Ten title game both years. He knows about it, so this is the ultimate opportunity with this group of guys to make that next step.
Indeed it is, and now for the Cardinals, a 2-0 start. A big win over Louisiana to begin the year. Who needs to impact against the Badgers tonight?
Oh, for sure, Davion Hill. I was talking about him earlier, the impact he's made. So 6'2", 225 pounds. That's not a traditional build for a guard, but it's really worked to his advantage. He can go down low, grab boards. He's averaging 7 rebounds a game as a point guard. You just don't see that every day. Davion Hill can impact the game in so many different ways. Another huge get from the JUCO level for Michael Lewis and the Cardinals.
For the starters tonight, the Cardinals going with their normal lineup we've seen the past 2 games. Davion Hill, Caden Fish, Armani Ziegler, Devin Barnes, and Mason Jones. Roen, who do we have for the Badgers tonight?
So for Wisconsin, what you're going to see is Nick Boyd at the point guard position, John Blackwell running the 2, Andrew Rohde at the 3, your bigs, Austin Rapp, the Portland transfer, and then at center in the middle, Nolan Winter. Winter has come to the Kohl Center once more.
It's about to get cold in here when Winter takes the floor. This brings us to our first break. When we come back, we'll have a couple minutes to tip on Ball State Sports Link Digital Radio, presented by Victory Honda of Muncie.
Well, together, we're all in it together. And I said it in my press conference, it's not just the players, it's not just the coaches, it's the administration, it's the trainers, it's the strength staff, it's the alumni coming back. It's the people in the community supporting our program.
Together to me is just moving as one cohesive unit.
I feel like I could just go back to like our conditioning, like our workouts together.
You're building a lifelong brotherhood with this team.
When I hear that word, it fires me up because I feel like it explains, football in a sense.
New episode of Together is out now.
Victory Honda of Muncie. We're not just another car dealership, and here's why. We stand behind every car we sell and are dedicated to helping our customers save time and money. All our pre-owned cars undergo a rigorous 182-point inspection and come with a 90-day warranty to ensure that you're getting a Victory quality vehicle. Plus, you'll get 2 years of complimentary oil changes and tire rotations. We're part of a top 15 dealership group and have an enormous selection of vehicles with access to inventory at over 45 locations. You always get more for your trade and the best possible rates with us. We have an excellent relationship with hundreds of lenders. Our exclusive Car Doc maintenance and membership program will help you save hundreds of dollars in the process of maintaining your vehicle. Lastly, our state-of-the-art body shop and certified technicians perform high-quality repairs and paintwork on most vehicle makes and models. Victory Honda of Muncie. We're not just another car dealership.
From the bell tower to your smartphone, anywhere in the world.
Never miss Ball State Sports with SportsLink Digital.
Hey Cardinal fans, this is Connor Onion, play-by-play broadcaster with Fox Sports, and I'm a proud SportsLink alum. You're listening to Ball State Sports Live with SL Digital. Chirp, chirp.
We are back live from the Kohl Center in Madison, Wisconsin on the Ball State SportsLink Digital Radio pregame show presented by Victory Honda of Muncie. Starters being introduced again, but Roen, before we get to actual game action, let's talk about some keys to the game. Both these teams coming in 2-0, going to try and get it done again.
For Ball State, the thing that really stands out to me is you really need to start hot early. We haven't seen it as much, which is a shame because they're such a great second half team, 49 second half points per game. Why not have that production in the first half? Why not give a number 24 ranked opponent in Wisconsin, why not give them a punch in the teeth to start this game? How about Wisconsin though? For the Badgers, there's not much to say. You could say just handle business. On paper, you're supposed to beat a MAC opponent, but it's really not that simple. I think you have to really utilize the matchup down low. Wisconsin has 5 players above 6'8". Ball State only 1, and that's Preston Copeland, a freshman who's only played once this season, 5 minutes. So they're going to utilize their bigs. By bigs, I mean Nolan Winter and I mean Austin Raff. 2 guys in the starting lineup. Winter, 7 foot tall. You just can't teach that. Nolan Winter has been so good the last 2 seasons for Wisconsin. Feed him down low, have him be the focal point of the offense, and that's going to go a long ways for Wisconsin.
Rowan, just looking at this pregame hype video for the Badgers, what kind of environment and a test does this provide for Ball State, especially early on in the season?
I'll just say this for Ball State, you're not going to see this many other places. One of the best environments in all of the nation, especially in the Big Ten. It's a Tuesday night, it's a school night. These fans don't care. They're here packing the house at the Kohl Center. Such a big arena as well. This is big enough to be an NBA arena, if we're being completely honest. 3 levels and all packed with fans. It's going to be a test for Ball State for sure. There are going to be trials and tribulations. The fans play such a big impact in the game, more than many will really even think about. The fans can impact, for one, free throws. It's tough. And just the overall game itself, fans not being in your corner, especially in a Big Ten environment like this, it could be tough. But Ball State, they have an experienced group, a lot of upperclassmen, and they know how to get it done.
And then you talk about student section. Ball State's a smaller school than UW-Madison, and you look at that student section with the band behind the left side basket, and the Cardinals are going to have to score on that basket for one of the halves. That also provides a challenge.
That's exactly why they designed it that way. It's tough, but that is exactly why Wisconsin has their student section more so on the baseline. That's really what all schools do. for the Cardinals, they have a great student section with code. They have a great student section all in all. Wisconsin, though, that's just tough to beat. These fans on a Tuesday night, that's what really has me in awe. It's Tuesday night, especially in November. We're nearing finals. You know, it's getting to that point, but students are still here packing out the Kohl Center. It's going to be tough for the Cardinals to get past that.
Roen, let's quickly go over starters once more in case some viewers weren't here in the pregame show. Both teams going with a familiar lineup.
Yeah, so for Ball State, what you'll see is Davion Hill running the point, and for good reason. He's been the maestro for the Cardinals. He started all 5 games, or he's been starting 5 for the previous 2 games, and that's, spoiler alert, that's what it is for both teams. Caden Fish down low, Armani Ziegler with them as well, Devin Barnes and Mason Jones round out the 5. And for Wisconsin, Nick Boyd at the point guard position, the FAU transfer. Andrew Rohde at the 3. John Blackwell, their primary scorer, he's at the 2. And at the 4 and 5 down low, it's Austin Rapp and Nolan Winter.
Ball State wearing their all-black unis with red trim, red numbers, and red lettering. Wisconsin in the all-white, red trim, red lettering, and red numbers. It will be Winter versus Fish for the jump, and we're underway from the Kohl Center. Wisconsin wins the tip, and Nick Boyd starts with possession. To the right side, Rapp dishes it off. The drive from Rohde, gets to the cup, finds Blackwell, left side corner, short. Hill struggles to get the rebound, and back out it go. Now Rohde from deep, 2 misses to start for the Badgers, and out of bounds, it goes to Ball State.
This is interesting. Wisconsin, in the previous years, they haven't really gone with the shoot the 3 type of philosophy. It's really been grit and grind up until about last season. That's Greg Gard, another way he's adapted.
Early pressure from number 2, Nick Boyd, the transfer from San Diego State. A dish off on the far right side. It's Ziegler in the corner. Now Fish takes it. Up top, Barnes trying to make a cut. Cannot find. Ziegler drives down the right side of the paint. Called for a carry. That's a turnover. Wisconsin gets it back.
Those are little mistakes that end up being the big things, Sam. You just can't have that early. A double dribble, had a great driving lane. You just can't have it.
Officials for tonight, Mike Littlewood, Kevin Brill, and Alfred Smith wearing the zebra stripes. Blackwell down the right side, cut off by the Ball State defense. Boyd now tries the left side, gets to the cup. Shut down by that Cardinal defense. They have to kick it back out. Just at 19 minutes, a feed inside Winter, overpowering Fish to the cup, and gets it back on a second try. 2-0 Badgers.
That's why I said Nolan Winter is the go-to guy, because down low, even though Caden Fish is great and physical, he doesn't have the height of Winter. It's going to be tough to win that battle for Ball State.
Yeah, 6 inches taller at 7 foot compared to 6'6". It's now Barnes trapped in the right corner, gets a screen from Fish. Dishes it off on the right block. Drives inside on Winter, tries to make a spin move, gets it up, rolls right off the cup, and rebounded by the Badgers. They press up the floor. It's Boyd setting up the offense. Quick pull from Rapp, way off. That's 0 for 3 to begin the game for the Badgers, and it's out of bounds on the Cardinals. Sloppy mistake, retains the offense.
Devin Barnes had a good look to get that board, just goes off of his shin. I like that with Wisconsin. You got to have big men that can shoot the 3. That's modern day basketball. Austin Rapp at 6'10", he can do that for you.
That's kind of the offensive scheme Greg Gard has put in after Wisconsin for so long was thought of as a slow, methodical play to the inside offense. Boyd, step back, pulls the trigger, it's down. Badgers 5, Cardinals nothing with 18:06 to go. Hill setting up, first time we've called his name, and he's had the ball. He pulls from deep, in and out, rebounded by Blackwell. Up to Boyd, who just hit for 3. Makes the cut, will set it back up top with Winter and Rapp. Rapp the dribble drive. Fakes, now goes back to the cup, and 2 more. 7-0 run.
This is not the start you want with your Ball State. You have to control the pace better. Wisconsin just has the pace with a grip.
Hill kicks it back out. Mason Jones, he's going to be a guy to get a quick 3 when they need it most. He now goes on Blackwell. It's a cool matchup we're going to see throughout the night. Push off not called. Barnes from deep. He hits. Silences the Kohl Center crowd. 7-3. Badgers on top. Blackwell has yet to score, but he hasn't needed to. Inside to Rapp. Tug of the jersey. Counted and one. Rapp to the cup. He gets the foul. Could convert for three.
That's, again, why you utilize your bigs, and you see it right now on the check-in with the scorers table. Wisconsin going to Alexis Bielskis. So, again, you see it more often than not where Wisconsin utilizes their bigs in a situation like this, and Austin Rapp taking full example of that.
Nolan Winter going to get the break. They got to keep these big men fresh, especially with the height difference that Ball State has. At the line, Austin Rapp shooting 87.5% from the free throw line. Nails it down, converts the three-point play with 17-14 to go in the first half.
We also saw Cam Denson check in for Ball State. Again, that's because of the height. You need to have that extra big in there. I like it.
Here's Hill, the drive, makes a cut, tries to get the foul call, not called, and Bielskis right there making an impact early. The dish off. The fake, Boyd pulls the trigger from deep, in and out, and a rebound from Ziegler. Ziegler has been the bright spot of the Cardinals' offense in the first two games. Makes a cut to the right side, drives inside, gets caught up, and there will be a foul call. Who will that be on? Looks like Blackwell, but you don't want the first foul of the game to go on.
No, not at all. This is a guy you want down the stretch, especially if things get tight, which they can, knowing Ball State in the second half. I've really liked the last two possessions for the Cardinals. So now with Ziegler at the free throw line, this is a guy who's shooting 87% from the stripe. This is who you want in a situation like this.
Ziegler makes the first. He's really been the bright spot for the Cardinal offense so far, hasn't he, Roen?
He really has. Looking back at the last game against Mansfield, 20 points, not only offensively, defensively as well. 5 steals. That's why you brought him in from St. Peter's. That's what he was doing across his career there. Now as a Cardinal, continuing it really even at a higher level in these first 2 games.
Second one away. Rolls in and out. Denson trying to get the rebound on Austin Rapp, unable to. Janicki now checks into the game for the first time. Blackwell in the near side left corner. Dribbles out, nothing there. Boyd will pull again from the right side, and he got it to go. Boyd with his second three of the game. Cardinals quickly down the court to the right side. Ziegler gets double teamed at the top. This zone has been quite impressive as we get a foul call, that time on Jack Janicki.
And so we had the offensive foul on Ball State, which that's another mistake you just can't have early. It was the double dribble early, then an offensive foul. When you're trying to get back into this game, you're down by 9 early. You're already digging yourself into a hole. That does not help at all.
Armani Ziegler called for that offensive foul as the Badgers set up their offense. Blackwell almost pulled from the logo. Hit a fake, and Bielskis will pull from deep. Another big that can shoot, but it's off the back of the rim. Elmore James IV checks in for the first time, hands it off to another transfer in Caden Fish. Right far corner. Maxey try to get something going, sets up back top. He's a quick, gets to the cup, denied! 2 tall towers right there deny him of a bucket.
Yeah, Bielskis, the first one there. That's why we call his name often. The Lithuania product has been so good as a freshman. That's going to be a name that not only this season, but really down the stretch for Wisconsin, you're going to have to look at and keep an eye on.
That brings us to our under 16 timeout. Badgers 13, Cardinals 4, 15:43 to go on Ball State Sports Link Digital Radio.
Well, together, we're all in it together. And I said it in my press conference, it's not just the players, it's not just the coaches, it's the administration, it's the trainers, it's the strength staff, it's the alumni coming back, it's the people in the community supporting our program.
Together to me is just moving as one cohesive unit.
I feel like I could just go back to like our conditioning, like our workouts together.
You're building a lifelong brotherhood with this team.
When I hear that word, it fires me up because I feel like it explains, football in a sense.
New episode of Together is out now.
You're listening to Ball State Sports Live with SL Digital. This is Hadassah Harris with CBS's WLFI 18, a proud SportsLink alum. Chirp, chirp.
We're back live from the Kohl Center. A hot start for the Badgers, shooting 45% from the field, as the Cardinals shoot only 20, 1 for 5 from the field. Roen, what have you liked so far from the Badgers sideline?
I like what I've seen with utilizing your big man, Bieliauskas especially, with that 3 attempt, even though it didn't quite go his way. You use your big men not only in the paint, but also on the perimeter as well. Austin Rapp took a 3 earlier. We had the and 1 with Rapp. Nolan Winter got a chance early. This is what you need to do, but also attacking the perimeter as well, because let's just do simple math, Sam. 3 points is better than 2. Even though